Hey, thanks everyone for being here at the USA Crypto Group. Today we have Rich Doge or Doge for this exciting AMA session today. Rich Doge, poor Doge, three values are honesty, integrity, and transparency. And I love it. Like always, this AMA session is for research purposes only. This is not financial advice, and there's no commitment to the team. With that, I'd like to welcome Rich from the team. Rich, if you can start out introducing yourself, your background, as well as your team.
Yeah, people commonly say the Rich. It's Mike. I actually got a little funky font that I'm Mike, just like you're Mike. But I'll tell you a little bit more about myself in the real world. I am an entrepreneur. I actually have multiple businesses. I'm a multi two comma club ClickFunnels award winner. Marketing's my strong suit. I also am one of the largest resellers of wide format printing equipment. I sell stuff for wrap printers, t-shirt decorating equipment, things like that. And I own a Signorama sign franchise. I've doxed myself in my business. My team, we kind of met, running around this space just like everyone else. I wasn't very well connected. I didn't really know anybody, and we just kind of linked up in some projects, mainly whale groups that we ended up being stuck in when everybody else dumped on us, and we was the last man standing, kind of diamonding. Me myself, I left the space last year after making great gains, and I had gains all the way into the year that I was kind of letting sit. I kind of messed up, and the summertime is a time when I like to spend with my family. It's very important to me. So usually throughout the year, I'm constantly keeping my funds low in the bank account with investments. So I stay hungry, stay drive. Always keeping the bank account low. Well, when it comes to summer times, I'd like to enjoy my family, so I kind of stack my money up and kind of relax a little. And that's when I got back in the space in the BSC scene, and I didn't really realize that it had changed so much, that these market caps we had back then just wasn't possible. And I was blind aping into projects, spending lots of money, top holders of shit. I have so much shit in my wallet that I'm top holder of. If we could win an award for that, I'd probably be the winner. But I met these guys in these groups, and we created a group called the BSC Scammers, where we was going to take down, operations of people that were creating tokens every single day. We found these guys mainly by their portal. They used the Kelsey portal, and they would not even change the link to it. It would still be the first scam token, and they just add a new token and say we're launching here, and we'd find them, and we'd kind of try to help people from losing money. We bonded. All of us was about ready to leave the space. We was done, and just came up with the idea. I said, man, let's do something my way. Let's try to make sense of a space that don't make sense, because you got to admit nothing in this space makes sense. So I wanted to create a token that did make sense. Everything that we do makes sense, and more of a business aspect. The transparency I would, want to give to my investors in the real world. If I don't have any investors, I own it all. But if I did, I'd want to tell them where we was using their money, what our plans were, and actually do a sort of vote for shareholders. I mean, that's things that we do, and that's pretty much the thing with crypto. But that's often overlooked. They think it's their money. Marketing money comes in, it's kind of like their profits, so they want to kind of skimp off of it and skimp on the marketing and everything. So we just wanted to create a token that was safe. All my team has various background experiences. They've never had their own token. None of them. I have an NFT creator that's working on a project right now, his own project in the upcoming months, but he doesn't rush anything, so he's doing everything by the book. The other guys that helped me put the feet on this project, various things like setting up the telegrams and just things I wasn't familiar with. So I've got a great team, and that's pretty much the background on myself.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for that introduction there, Mike. Yeah, so you've been in the space for a while, and you kind of see, all the BS that's been going on in the space. I love the three values, brother. Honesty, integrity, and transparency. I think, not only in the crypto space, but that applies everything in life, right? Especially in the crypto space at the moment. Is there any other team member that play a crucial role in your project that you want to talk about?
No, I mean, all of them, we do about the same, each and every one of us. So nothing special. We do have a noob, which is the dev. He was recommended by Pinkcell as a safe food dev that we wanted to hire to make sure that everything was as safe as possible, and he controls all CA functions. That'd probably be important.
Awesome. Yeah. So why the name? Rich Doge, Poor Doge. Very creative to me. I think that's actually very catchy. The book, I mean, it's been all over the world, right? Robert is he's a billionaire guy. The book's been everywhere. So why the book?
Because like I said, if it was something that was based in the United States, it'd be a little different. But he sold 41 million copies worldwide, and there's so much to him that I myself personally, is inspired by. And in this token, I wanted to do a little bit of education. I mean, we've studied this space. I became uninvested over a month ago, and it really, when you're not emotionally attached to a project, you can start seeing things in a different light. And we was uncovering all kinds of stuff, and there's just so much wrong that so many people that's uneducated here in this space that we wanted to help. So that's one thing that Robert Kiyosaki does. He teaches. He does holds big conferences and things. That's one thing. Another thing was his game. He developed a game in the 90s called the Rat Race, and that's what I feel around this space anymore. It's a rat race. They get in, they take the money, and they get out. And pretty much the basics of the book that what the book states is that we're pretty much brainwashed at an early age to the middle class or in the working class that we need to get a job and save our money and just really miseducated about stuff in life. But in the crypto space, a lot of these scammers have us believing things like it's the Jeter's fault or this and that. And there's a lot of misinformation that's pretty much the same that we're feeling every day. A lot of times when we look at a chart that starts off and it's the Jeters, and we've uncovered so much that that is a case. I mean, I can't say that isn't, but there's a lot more than just Jeters going on. And we're just tired of the scammers taking our money. We want to educate people and stop giving away our money. So I wanted to have some value, some integrity, honesty, just like Robert Kiyosaki.
Awesome, brother. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, that's actually one of the first books that I've read. I actually have it right in my end table. Haven't touched it for a long time, but I've read it a few times. Like you said, one of the biggest thing is like the rat race, right? The poor. So in the book, he kind of comparing the two dads that he had, right?
Exactly.
The poor will go work for the money, right? The poor usually go work for the money. Busting the balls, whatever, and now they're 5 and work for the money. But the rich, they figure out a way how to have money work for them. So I think that's probably one of the biggest lessons in the book, right? And of course, you have to know the difference between liability and assets, right? What's going in and what's going out. But man, I resonate with the concept, and through that, I think it's probably why you want to create a project that people can actually utilize their money and have it work for them. Correct?
Yeah, we have staking. There's all these to earns that's going on. And again, anything to earn, if you drive, you watch, that's still not passive income. That's working for your money. So with us, we have a staking app that is just that. If you stake your tokens, you're going to make money while you sleep, just like Robert Kiyosaki preaches.
Yeah, 100%. Now let's get to, before we go on, and I'll let you take away. I want to break down all the basic stuff that on your project. So when was the project launched, and what was the initial market cap?
We launched on Tuesday, and the initial market cap was 200K, somewhere positive or negative of 200K.
Okay, so 200K. So right now sitting at around 565, so it's almost over 2x. How was it launched? Was it pre-sale, stealth?
It was a Pinkcell fair launch.
It was a Pinkcell fair launch. Okay. Were there any team tokens, Mike?
No, that's what makes this project unique, and in our goal to make this token as safe as possible. Me and my team, myself as well, we can of course buy in anybody. I can't stop anybody from buying in, and if I said no, they could do it anyway. But I am a real, savvy businessman, and I feel that if we would have gave team tokens, that's pretty much giving someone their payroll in advance. And I mean, we know that don't work. I hire people all the time, and here you go. Here's your 100K. Go ahead and see it. Start your job tomorrow. And it's the same with me. Any of my investors, if I had any, they wouldn't want me to say, I'm gonna take my salary now and I'll work for you. So no, we don't have no team tokens except for what's bought. And yes, I bought, my team bought. So yeah, at higher prices too, because I couldn't get in till late because I was too busy in voice chat hyping it up.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's always. Yeah, so you guys bought it on the public market, so that's good. All right, perfect. So now let's go into the LP. So right now I'm looking at your contract, and you have it locked in pink lock until August 2027, which is 820 days from now, which is a very long time away.
Again, I wanted us to be safe. I wanted to show people that we're not here for months or even a year, where our plans are longer term than that. And that's what I wanted to highlight, that we wasn't afraid to lock it for 5 years.
That's awesome. Perfect. All right. Now let's talk about the tokenomics, the good stuff.
All right, I'll bust that down for you. We've got 2% LP. I'm sure nobody's going to complain about that, because we need healthy LP. But the tokenomics basically, other than right now we have a zero buy tax, we decided to make your buy 0%. But typically they're going to be 2% going to the liquidity. We have 5% going to marketing and development. It's going to be our catch-all wallet, and it's going to be used for whatever's best for this project. We have big plans, but as we go, like right now, I've been doing some buybacks, keeping the chart healthy. But there's going to be many different uses for that wallet. Then we also have 1% going to Anoop, our dev. We have 3% going to my team. That's how they will be paid. We've divvied up twice now, daily, just like we talked about. We could do it weekly, but I figured we just do it daily. Keep the team grinding, keep them working. And if any team member decided to go, we could change and hire somebody else in their position if they got lazy and started slacking. But this is the only way they're paid, period. So that's great to have. I think that teammates can destroy a token just as fast as the Jeters. So we wanted to implement that to keep our community safe. My name's behind it. I'm Doxxed. My business is Doxxed. My family, my grandkids are on my Facebook, and wanted to make sure we were safe, so we implemented that. And then we did something kind of unique, and again to be great for our holders, and we implemented a 1% daily volume percentage to our private sale holders. Our private sale holders bought earlier than anyone. And when it comes to private sale, I mean, that's your riskiest thing. They sent the money directly to my wallet, and they only received 10% over what Fair Launch did. But private sale holders are another thing that destroys projects. So I wanted to keep them at bay and let it be known that as long as they kept their tokens and they didn't sell, they would receive that 1% daily divvy, which I think we're getting ready to do. It's been 24 hours. It was like $91 a piece times 26 people that contributed. But again, everything was done to ensure the safety of the token and that there was no foul or odd anything. Our dev, Anoop, he holds the contract. He kept 20% unlocked for the private sale because we didn't know how the fair launch was going to go. As soon as right before he deployed the contract, he burnt the remaining 10% that was left in that wallet. And to be able to be a pink sale safe food dev, he had to follow stringent orders. He had to check the wallets of the contributors to the fair launch. He verified each wallet that they was indeed private sale holders, and that's the only people, period, that receive tokens. So there is no tokens to distribute except for another locked portion that's for staking, and we have one that's for central exchanges. We have a wallet that's locked right now that will be used for that purpose.
Yeah, so you kind of went really fast on the 12% breakdown there. So you got 1% going to the private sale. We're going to have a few questions on that later. So 3% is going to the team, right? 3% is going to the team. And what's the other 9% going?
Okay, we got 5 to marketing and development, and it's pretty much a catch-all wallet. We got 2 to LP, we got 3 to team, and then we've got 1 for the dev and 1 for the private sale holders.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So regarding the private sale holders, you said there's 26 private or seed investors. Okay, and the 1% is divided like equally to all the 26 holders from the seed sale,
Yes.
or is that proportionate to their holding?
I just made it easy and just said most of them was 0.5 to 1 B&B. Most of them did 0.6, 0.7. And it would have just been too much math for myself as I have to do that manually. So I said, hey, everybody will get a little share of it. And everybody was in agreement. I understand, yeah, based on the portion, but that's too much work for me. So we made it simple.
Perfect. So now, how can I ask you how many of those 26 people?
You kind of cut out on me. Can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah, just out of curiosity, how many of 26 people that bought into the seed sale still holding?
All of them. They're all staked.
Okay, so all 26 still holding. Okay, so that as long as they hold and if they sell one token, they will get cut off away from that 1%. Correct?
What I said, we had the discussion about that, and they wanted to buy, and things like that. They was like, what if we buy? I told them as long as they're responsible and they held a fat sack, they would continue to get it. As long as they was responsible. We went all through it. We had a discussion. It's like, that's not fair. If we buy in and we sell, then you check our wallet, we sold something, and that's a lot of work and bookkeeping and how But like I said, I told them I'd check and see, make sure they still held a fat sack that was qualified to receive it, as long as they were responsible. I mean, that's the key point: responsible to my investors, and they would continue to receive it. Yes.
Sounds great. Sounds great. All right, perfect. Now the 3% for the team, of course, that's you guys wage, right? I mean that makes sense. All right, marketing, and you guys do have a wallet that's actually a marketing wallet and a team wallet is actually different, right?
Yes.
I'm assuming.
Both different wallets. Yep, they're both different wallets. We did 4% going to the to one wallet, so that the contract functions were minimal, and I just divvy up the 1% every day, and I calculate where it's at. And this is for private sale holders. This is for the team. This is our divvy. And actually, last night, it was I think we had 500, and we had pretty good volume, so it was like $527 per each. And I got into the our team chat, and I said, hey guys, I'm getting ready to separate this because I want to buy back in again to help this chart. And every one of them said, we want to buy too, so can you send it to us? So we got together, and on launch day, and we did X's. It's kind of crazy that my team, most teams are dumping a little bit and making their money on day one. My team was ready to put back in, so I mean, it meant a lot to me. And we made an announcement and threw like $4,000 back in there. So we're doing what's best for the for this token.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. So just to recap really quick. So you guys, I do see that there's no buy tax right now. So it's a great opportunity for those that are listening right now, taking advantage of that. There's no tax at all currently. But usually, like you said, Mike, it's usually 12% in and 12% out. Correct?
Correct. And a lot of people, whenever I reduced it to zero buy tax, a lot was saying, hey, you need to double up the sell then. And I mean, I didn't want the panic to be caused by, raising the taxes or holding anybody's money hostage. So we didn't raise the sell taxes.
Okay. So I do see that you guys have a fee modified. Now, is there a limit of how, what is the max you guys can modify?
I think it's up to 24%, I think. Is what the audit said. I'd have to look back into it. But whenever Anoop deployed it, he handles every function of that. Like I said, if he wants to stay in good with Pink Sale and get the referrals and stuff, there's not anything. He's a great dev, and he handles every bit of it, and he always will.
Okay, perfect. So thanks for that clarification. So, so your contract can modify up to 24% in and out, just so that way our investor know as well. Right now it's 0% on the buy, 12% on the sell, but usually it's 12% in, 12% out. Perfect. All right.
And this is only for like 5 or 6 hours. So just to clarify, we had someone today irresponsibly he didn't buy. He might have bought a little one fair launch, but he's been buying. He spent about 15 BNB, so he didn't do too well. But he left with 22 BNB. I instantly went and calculated how much he paid back in taxes and put that back in the chart, and then we did our part, put the 0%, and got the chart getting back up there because he was pretty irresponsible.
Perfect. All right, Mike. All right, man. So let's talk about your project. Now that we get all the basic things out of the way.
All right. Let's see the project itself. The main key points of this project are, again, the transparency, honesty, and integrity. That this is a community token that was built for them. I have money. I don't need the money. And honestly, how I feel, I can't even imagine selling a token because it's my community. I love these guys, and I'm not selling anything. So it's crazy how things change. I'm like, man, I couldn't even imagine that any market cap selling on these guys. I'm like, I love them. We built a bond and a strength in this community that's just unreal. We brought people out of the woodwork from OBSC. I mean, our voice chats are just constant hype. We've got Giuseppe and all kinds of major players he's brought in, and we've got some good things going on. But for right now, we do have a roadmap that does have things that we'd like to do. But I don't, make people bullish on bullshit. I hate tokens that have, they say stuff they're not capable of. They have no intentions of fulfilling, just keeping people on the hook for months while they take their money. So we're going to create our roadmap. And our developer, I mean, we can create bridges. We've talked about going over to Doge chain, bridging over there if it becomes more popular, bridging to ETH. I mean, there's many different things we can do. But this is going to be a community token where everyone's involved. They're investors. They have the right to say what goes on. So we're going to create our roadmap. We have one that's there, but that can change. Most tokens don't ever make it to the milestones anyway. So for right now, we just have a safe trading environment that the team isn't dumping on you. The dev isn't dumping on you, in a place that you can come in and get educated. We're constantly educating in voice chat. And I mean, it's just a good time, good space. We're trying to bring all the good people into this project, which we're doing daily. We're getting more and more good people. And I think in the long term, I mean, we're going to make some noise in this space, and everyone's going to hear of us. And, it's going to be a great thing.
Awesome. Now, I'm on your website right now, Mike, and I know that you guys have the staking platform already live, but there isn't a link for me to click to go to the platform.
Yeah, that needs to be updated. It just went live yesterday, and we had kind of problems. The developer logged into our, and that was our biggest problem with launch. I mean, it was crazy. Our chart just stayed the same. The only problem was people saying, Trust Wallet staking ain't working. We want to stake. I don't think I've ever seen a token that people wanted to stake so much in my life. And we was having issues with Trust Wallet, and he actually just got it fixed. He had put it on a part of our server. They didn't have a SSL, secure socket layer, and it worked for MetaMask, wouldn't work with Trust Wallet. So that was something that was going on earlier today. I wanted to make sure it was fixed. There is a command that says staking in our Telegram groups that makes it easier. But again, it works the best if you do it in a Web3 browser through or through your Trust Wallet, or it works perfectly with MetaMask on the internet. But I'd like people to ask a little bit before we put the button on there. Maybe create a video.
Awesome. I mean, right now I'm actually I can't see your staking platform. I think I have to go to your Telegram to pull that up. Let's speak a little bit on the staking platform. I'm pretty sure it's also audited as well, or are you guys using a third-party staking platform?
This one right here, we have not audited it yet, but it has been commonly used. I asked the developer after our last AMA and it's been audited before in previous projects, but right now we just have the Spywolf audit, but we're looking at getting additional audits.
Okay, so your staking platform is actually built in-house. Is that what you're saying?
By our dev, by our developer had it created by a well-known staking developer, ZenDev.
Okay, perfect. All right. So it looks like you guys intend to get that audited as well. What would you say the TVL right now on your staking within a day?
If you look right here, you can see that we have, 56 million. It looks that did 120. That did the 60 days. I mean, that's our longest one. So we had a huge success on our staking. I mean, most people are believers. Our chart stands still. Earlier, we had a 22 BNB dump. I mean, it scared the shit out of me. Somebody said it in the chat. I don't watch the charts. I'm in voice chat. Somebody said somebody did 22 BNB. They sold, and I looked at the chart and it just stood there. Nobody cared too much. And then we started eating it.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna actually hold on. I'm gonna actually go to your Telegram. Do you have? You don't happen to be in front of you? Drop me your drop me your staking platform link. Can you do that for me really quick?
I can't.
Oh, anyone has the link?
It was 5 million. I was seeing the numbers wrong. I just looked at it again. Let's see. It's stake.rpdoge.com. There you go. Each one of them have a different percentage of people that have staked.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah, I think as soon as you guys, work that out, put a link, just because of the way of Telegram structure, right? Information gets lost so quick, and it'd be a good representation for you guys as well. Because usually when I look for a project, I always look at the website first. So, usually I'm hoping that they put everything together so I can see under one roof. But yeah, I do see your staking platform here. So right now it's an APR. So you guys go off APR. You got 60% APR, you got 90%, and you got 120% APR. What are the differences, brother?
The days, the staking days. You can withdraw at any time. You can get your tokens, but we have right here, we have a percentage. If you had your tokens staked, you would see how much earnings you're getting, and it's in real time. You can see them really calculating. I actually did the buyback wallet. I had staked it, trying it, and I had done it, and I mean, it was just, the clock was just accounting. I mean, it was going crazy, but I unstaked them instantly, and I didn't get any of them rewards. So if you unstake early, there's no penalty, but your rewards are gone.
Okay, so you guys are based off APR, so pretty much a fixed rate, an annual fixed rate, right? You guys do not do APY. So what that means is that, let's say you put 1,000 in, you're 60%, you get $1,600 at the end of the year. So that's what APR is. Unless I'm missing some APY that you're talking about. But it is a fixed rate, annual fixed rate, looking at your staking platform, correct?
Correct. And it's depending on how long of a term you stake for. If you do the 60 days, of course, you get the 120%. If you do the 90 days, you get, or you can do the 30 days, you get 90%. And if you do the 15 days, it's 60%.
Yeah, I mean, even with APR, that's still very effective, just knowing that the regular stock market, it just gives you 10% return, right? So with Rich Token, you lock for 60 days, you get 120% back in return.
Yes.
Way better than your regular stock market out there.
Yeah, everybody was ready. I mean, I've created a bunch of believers. This is a project that everyone believes in. I mean, and everyone was ready to stake. I mean, each one, I mean, the 120, the 60 days, you can see we have 5 million tokens. If you look at the 30 days, we've got 1 million something tokens. If you look at the 15 days, we have another, 5 million. I mean, we've got lots of stakers. I mean, you don't see this in normal tokens that just come out with an unknown dev. I mean, we've been out for a day, and I mean, we've created some believers because I'm transparent. I tell them who I am. I do live videos. I have money, and I've shown I don't need it. So we've got people that have lots of faith in the project.
Yeah, so looking at that 100 and let's see here, 60 days staking right now. You have, what is that, 5 million tokens in there, around there?
Yeah.
So your price is at 100 and what, 10028. So that's around equivalent to like around $15,000, $14,000 of TVL in that pool alone. Actually, that's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good given how young the project is and given how small the market cap is, as well as the LP. So it's actually pretty good. You have a pretty good community in there.
Oh yeah, we got some great people, just like Giuseppe that came in here. I mean, that guy. I mean, he's brought people. Even one of his friends had to ask me. He said, "How do you know Giuseppe, man? How you know him?" We get people that actually come in that said that they looked at our Telegram first and they saw the name Giuseppe, and that this is where they wanted to be. So we're bringing out some great people.
Awesome, brother. Yeah, definitely. The name, I love the name, man. It really caught my eyes. And I think for a person to kind of actually be creative and think of a name like that, it kind of reflects you as a person as well. Now that I'm talking to you, you kind of tell me that you came from an entrepreneurship,
Yeah,
side. So that makes sense. That makes sense.
I appreciate it, man.
At the roadmap right now, and I know that you don't want to, like I said, overpromise and underdeliver. But what is the next step for the project?
Again, right now it's just pretty much we have some ideas. My team, we've came from a background of trying to help people. But for right now, we're just gonna educate. We have some charity plans. We want to get Robert Kiyosaki, the author. I mean, it doesn't cost a whole lot to get him into a Zoom meeting. He has many packages for bookings, and I'd love to do some great. We're gonna do some charity work to gain attention. And I'd love to be able to pull him into Telegram from Zoom or whatever, stream him in there, and have him actually do a presentation to everybody. I'd love to hear a story with the group, and that's our voice chats. I mean, they're solid, and there's lots of people in them. So that's one of the main goals. And we're not going to do him like everybody does Elon Musk and these other, CZ and things like that. Put billboards out in front of their workplace and spam their Twitters with thousands of tweets. We're going to do it the right way. We're going to do things to get his attention in honest ways that, something that he'd want to be a part and be proud that we're doing this in his honor.
Yeah, man, I think that'd be amazing. I think that'd be really cool if you guys can pull that off. Actually, in hearing you talk about that a bit, I can actually see. I'm not sure like how like how much knowledge you have in the space and the technical things behind it. But man, if you guys can somehow figure out the way how to be pretty much the rich dad, poor dad in the crypto space, where you will hold like weekly events, teaching people strategies on how to invest and things like that.
We do daily. We do that daily. We kick knowledge. I have people that wake up, say, "You gonna jump in the voice chat?" And I think there's a problem. I'm like, "What's going on?" Like, no, I just want to hear you talk again. That's what we bring. I just looked in the. I'm gonna kind of shout him or her out. I don't know what it is because they don't like talking. But there's Lectro. Lectro is in the group right now. She just said she staked or he staked for 120 or for the 120%. This person, I could tell you, I thought was going to be a Jeter. I mean, they got into Pink Sale. They bought early where they showed they had a lot of tokens. And by time we filled the 229 BNB, they didn't have very many and was like, hey, why is this? And then when can we sell? They coming back and we brought them into voice chat. And I mean, a day after voice chat, it was, I'm staking, when staking available. So we're changing some of these people and showing them that they don't have to be scared, because a lot of the problem with the cheating is they're just scared. They want to get in and get out before they lose their money, because any that you can go to the bathroom, you could 5 minutes and you can come back and your money's gone. So we're changing that, and I'm proud of my community. I am.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. As long as you guys continue to practice, those three values that you have on the website there, right? Honesty, integrity, and transparency. I think that's what, I think if the investor, really resonate with that and kind of see that through you guys as well, and I think you guys will go a long way.
Exactly.
But if you're doing that daily on the voice, man, I think that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I love to go there and kind of hear what you guys talk about, and because I love Robert, I love the book, and there's a lot of values to be learned from that book.
It's changed my life, man. It's changed my life. I used to be a greedy son of a bitch. I mean, I can't even tell you. In my 20s and up to my 30s, man. This book changed my life. It gave me a different way of thinking, a different way of understanding and seeing how the world really was. And I want to do that for others. I know people in here ain't really business minded. Not many of them. We're not going to do that, but we're going to teach them things going on, things to watch out for. Because I'm just tired of these scammers taking people's money, and I want to educate them on everything that our findings that we found in things that they can avoid, safe trading. I want them to become team players, because you have to be connected in the space. You gotta build relationships here, just like, in normal business. That's what it is. It's building relationships. And you can go a lot farther if you're not just about yourself. If people can see you're a team player, you'll get invited to some up and coming project. They're gonna say, hey, this person's a holder. They hold floors. Can I invite them into this new project and get in early? And that's what I'm trying to create here.
Yeah, 100%. I actually always tell people that as well. just kind of like you, most entrepreneurs, we do believe that we have the capability to do things by ourselves, right? But to build something great, to build something big, it has to go beyond yourself, right? You gotta put a great team together, and that's the only way to do it. And some people do not understand that the process, like you said, connections, and again, the right people in the right place, and so I hear you.
Well, if you look into our Telegram group, you can see lots of titles. I mean, we're constantly giving people that are believers, people that are active. We're giving them titles. That way, we can just differentiate between a concerned question and just FUD. So we're building relationships, making people feel like they're a part of something. And I mean, that's going a long way. People are really loving it. And they're wondering where their tag is. Why haven't I got my tag? I've been active. So it's a really great thing. I mean, we have an awesome community. It's small, but it's mighty.
And that's what it's about. You rather have a nice, tight-knit community building that solid foundation, right?
Yesterday during voice chat, voice chat when we launched, we went straight up to 750,000, and people were, we were starting to get bored because it wasn't going anywhere. Like, nobody's selling. What do we do? I actually said, let's start a biggest sell competition, so some of the people that I know can get in at a better rate. So we were going to do it, and I actually posted in the group, let's have a biggest sell competition, win one B and B, because everybody was strong. It was something that I haven't seen in a long time, and I mean, it was just great. I mean, it wasn't until today. And I've been doing 2 or 3 AMAs a day. We've teamed up with Moon Boys to get us taken care of. But I've been working my butt off. They see it. They know it. I'm there with them every day. They actually, if you look at my chat from last night, they kept saying they did the little command, Dev, go to sleep, Dev, go to sleep, Dev, go to sleep, because I was there with them. They're like, you're up still. And I said, my heart's with you. I know when Devs sleep, that's when stuff becomes problems. So I was there, and they actually was telling me to go to sleep, which is another unique thing about this token.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, it's great to hear the community is backing you up in that way. You don't see that a lot. Actually, a lot you don't see the developers being active at all. Actually, a lot of the projects. So I think it's important to have that open communication within your Telegram. So Mike, I'm looking at the roadmap right now. You have actually I do see the education daily on there on your roadmap. So that's awesome. I missed that. On phase 3, I do see you do have some plans for play to earn games and the NFT, specifically of real world people. We have helped. What can you expand on that? What that means?
Yeah. You could also see what's called a TME. It's kind of the opposite of an AMA. That's tell me anything, or TMA, tell me anything. I've done polls, lots of polls, because I want to learn as well. I don't want to, I thought that I'd be the one to crack the crypto code and figure it out, because I figure out everything in life. I said, if anybody's going to figure it out to make money. And then when I got in here and I realized there's just really nothing to figure out. So I'm still trying. I'm still digging. We're running polls. I ran a poll last week, or a few days ago, that was, how often do you take your crypto earnings to the real world? I said frequently, often, lots of money, not at all, never. And it was just surprisingly how many people just keep pumping money in, and it was never. No, I don't take none out. And me myself, again, I'm very successful in the real world. I own millions of dollars worth of equipment. I have assets. I have everything. But within this space, I kind of lost my train of thought there. But this is what gave me the ability to dream again. I stopped dreaming probably about 30 when I started getting things. The dreams just went away. It was just life. What I had built, that's as good as it gets. And crypto gave me a dream again. When I started seeing these people become billionaires and not have to work, that gave me the capability to dream again. And I see crypto as next year it's going to be even worse. I mean, if this keeps going on, these scammers, they're just getting better and better at taking people's money every day. Next year, this isn't going to be available in this space. And I know crypto's not dead. We're still going to have, ETH. We're going to have a lot of things, but I think BSC's on its way out if we don't change things. So it's near and dear to my heart. So what I wanted to do was do some good, show the people that there are good in the space, help people. The NFTs, my idea was we're not going to spend $30,000 on a billboard if there's people that's not eating. We can get in and learn from them. We're going to have voice chat where we bring in successful people and talk about crypto, their thoughts of it, but we're also going to bring some of the poor in, and we're going to actually ask from them, help them out, and we could create an awesome NFT. Like, let's say we help a guy named Will, we get him in an apartment, get him a job, get him some help. We could create a cartoon NFT that community member can have in their wallet, and actually in 10 years from now say, I remember Will. I wonder whatever happened to Will. His name's on here. Here's his birthday. Maybe they can look him up and see whatever happened to him. So we want to do that. The P2E game, that was something we wanted to do for educational purposes. My team, we have a compiled list of probably 100 known scamming devs, and they just keep going higher. So we wanted to create a P2E game that someone could have fun. Have these shady devs, which they would battle, and we keep updating it, tell them, some of their history and things like that. And when they battle them, they get to win something, feel like they're actually taking something back from that dev. And maybe when they get in that next project and they remember, say, oh shit, this is Dr. Octopus. This is him, and run. So that was something that was another learning game that we thought would be great to do with our project.
Yeah, I think I like it, man. That sounds great. Yeah, I think that sounds really cool, actually. The charities, the side aspect of it, I see that collaboration with other charities. I'm assuming that you guys already had some charities going on.
For the first part of the charities, I mean, again, like I said, we're going to do stuff in the real world, gain some real world eyes, maybe tip off the media while doing it, do just some great things. We watched another big token that was generating hundreds of thousands in daily volume that could have changed, lives, changed countries. I mean, there's a lot of things we have planned that could do for the better. And I mean, it's on our roadmap. But again, once we get to that stage, I don't want to emphasize what we can do until we can actually do it.
Exactly. Like you're looking at Doge, so you're looking at sheep, but you knew, right? So imagine if these guys actually thought of the charity aspect of it, right? Like how many lives they could have changed, right? So I see people getting that.
Yeah, let's give it, the most expensive advertising. I do advertise. I've ran millions of dollars in Facebook ads. I've won many Two Comma Club awards. I don't know if you're familiar with Russell Brunson ClickFunnels. I've won many Two Comma Club awards for running millions of dollars in sales funnels. And man, nothing's as expensive as in this space. You go. I looked into a tweet from Nicki Minaj. They said, about 150,000 plus. You know how much, how much good we could do for 150,000, and how much media coverage we could get from doing it. And people would buy. What up? But people would actually be buying our project just for the good we're doing. It would be like it had a lottery ticket attached to it.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, like you mentioned, you guys are doing a lot of AMAs. Looks like you've been working hard. What is the next step as far as marketing go?
Right now, we're using the initial call channels as pretty imperative to this space. Eventually, they're going to no longer be effective. I mean, when you get so far, call channels, they don't want to call you, and other tokens, they struggle to figure that out. So that's when we're going to get into the real world. We're going to do some good, like I said, get some social media going on, show the good that we're doing, create some kind of viral effects within social media platform, actually get people that want to get involved, make it easier on our website to be able to buy without having to tell somebody to swap a pancake and add it to your MetaMask. And we're going to make things easy so people can get involved and just show them the good that's being done. And we're hoping, like I said, Robert Kiyosaki will be proud of it and actually want to be a part of it maybe.
Yeah, man, I think you hit it right on the head. When it comes to social media, especially when you have a token that has that charity aspect side of it, right? There's so many ways, creative way for you to create a content that goes viral, which I don't see a lot of people in the space that utilize that now. You came from a marketing background. Now I hear that and I'm like, yeah, I mean, that is the way, that's the way to get easy on your ROI, right? Return on investment.
Exactly.
Perfect, brother. Man, and talking to you, man, I love your values. I love your energy. I love, I can sense, the honesty for sure, transparency for sure, integrity for sure as well, man. So I think you are pretty reflective of, what your project is, man. So it's good to see.
Well, I tell you right now, I've done tons of AMAs. I've done all the big guys. We've done Venom, Gullum, Caesar. We've done them all. And I tell you right now, most of them were botted. Your group stood out to me whenever he presented the AMA because I've seen people actually communicating about projects in your chart. And I mean, you guys as well, or within the project. And I could tell that you guys were, one USA. I love the United States. I love the whole entire world. But I'm in the United States, so it's been a pleasure being here. And I know you guys might be a small group. You might not have 100,000 people, but you have 3,000 plus real members. So I appreciate you having me on here.
That's exactly it. We have a bot portal where there one where they have to literally go through a bot portal to get to us. So meaning that there is actually everyone here is real. So as you can see, our voice number, it's if you dissect it, we have 90,000 people out there in the channel that has 150, and we have 3,000. We can easily pump the number up just like everyone else, but it's something that we choose not to do. So I appreciate your feedback.
I agree, man. And it's been a pleasure. I mean, every AMA host that I've had, I can say that said they knew the book, and these are all intelligent people from what I hear. So I'm glad that other people could see the same thing, and that this isn't. It's more of a fan token than a meme. It's more than it's more like a vision, and what we're creating is a movement. We kind of went with the team. Rich Gang. It was something that somebody had put up, and I think we're going to run with that and kind of create a brand, create some noise in this space, and I'm sure you'll hear more of us.
I'm not sure if you guys are mindful of that there's a rapper called Rich Gang, I believe, and he went viral. I don't know much of him. Have I heard of him? Is that what you get the concept from?
It was, we have the R1CH tag. That's where it came from. We was looking for good tags, our little ticker, and R1CH looked like it had never been used, so we put that up there, and it just became Rich Gang. And I've got some good guys on my team, from various countries, and where I'm from, gang isn't a really good. Do you think we should be saying that? And I mean, we're saying it with love. We're a team. We're creating a movement, and everybody's going to hear about Rich Gang.
Awesome. USA Crypto Group, we also have big plans, brother, big plans. And, we always down to connect with real people like you guys as well. So you never know what the future holds. But yeah, I love good people, and I love good connections. So you never know.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be in touch, my friend. Make sure you stay in touch. If you'd like to get in one of our voice chat sessions, let me kick a little knowledge on you. You're more than welcome. Anybody in here, you're more than welcome to come in, and it's just a good time, man. We always have a great time, and I'd love to have you there.
100%, I'll be there, brother. No, I have an entrepreneur mindset, so pretty much a mind that's always learning, right? You never know, right? You never really fully know anything, right?
You never want to stop learning. I say it, I say it all the time. If I would have known when I was 20 what I know now, I'd be dangerous. And I don't want to say that again whenever I'm 60, I'm 40 years old. And I want to learn as much now as possible because, never stop learning ever.
Exactly. Awesome AMA, brother. So I'm going to have Mike come on, and we're going to take some questions from the community, if you don't mind.
I don't mind, but my battery life is on 5%. So if I die on you, I didn't leave you. I just my phone died. So let's try to kick it off.
Yeah, let's just do a few questions then, Mike, and we're just going to wrap it up there.
Sounds good, brother. Sounds good. Mike, I just wanted to say, man, amazing presentation. I feel you, brother. I feel that vibe. I'm loving it. You're a good man. I feel it in your voice. I like the plan that's going on here. It's something that, we should definitely talk to about later on. But, I know you got a short time here, so let's get into it. Anybody from the community that would like to ask any questions on voice, please go ahead and unmute yourself. I will also get into a few text questions.
Hey, man.
How's it going?
I'm good, man. I got a question for the team. I really love what they have there on the project.
I appreciate it.
Awesome. So, actually, I was looking at the website, and that kind of caught my attention, the way they had the tokenomics lined up, and when they have the buy and tail tax and the marketing partnerships and all of this stuff. They're really great. But my question is, how do they plan to make their token stable despite the bearish market? And if they have a strategy they could be able to use, perhaps could it be reducing the max supply, or the trying to have a burn, or perhaps limiting investors for an amount of tokens they're gonna buy, something like that. But because for like other stable coins like USDT, despite the bearish market, well, it still drops, but it doesn't really drop as BNB dropped last 2 weeks ago. So for them to be able to make the token like USDT or other stable coins, that even if it drops, it doesn't drop much, and lots of investors will still be able to ape in and try to invest in the projects. So what strategy are they going to make their coins stable?
What I could say about that, just off the top of my head, is one, we don't have trillions of supplies like others. We've already done a huge burn, and we really didn't devote any additional tokens to a burning. I mean, we pretty much have to buy back. But typically, most people think in crypto that for one person to make money, someone else has to lose. What we have to figure out is how to generate more money. Others think it means generating more people that add to that, but we're going to figure out a way that actually generates money in a business mindset. And again, I'm here to help make a space that don't make sense make sense. We're going to do things business wise, and we're going to do it together. And nobody has to lose money as long as they keep the faith. We can do so many things, and we don't have to worry about the price jumping and things like that. Because I've said it a million times. Could you imagine tokens on, let's say, Robinhood? That's where I started out, and you have let's just say Litecoin. They do make their crazy dips back and forth, but could you imagine one of them going from $100 a piece to $10 to $4 to $15 to $90 just within a matter of seconds? And that's what we have in these tokens, just with the LP. So we've got to fatten that LP. Once we get that LP fatter, and if that means injecting more money into it when we have the marketing funds, we're going to do things like that to keep it more stable. And I think we're going to have something that's bigger than bigger than Doge, because we're going to have a community that's much bigger than any of those. So we're going to be stable in the long run.
That's beautiful, beautiful. You're really bullish on your project. That's awesome. It's good for you to be bullish, and it's good for you to have that confidence in what you're doing, hoping that yes, project is going to succeed in the future. You guys are going to head to the moon. That's brilliant, and I really love the confidence. Well done, man. You have great projects ongoing.
I appreciate it, my friend.
Appreciate it, Jitters. I can definitely see just basically what you're saying there, a good self-generating ecosystem down the line. So anybody else on voice would like to ask any questions before I get into a few text questions? Well, Mike has a little bit of time here.
I'm going to try to grab a charger real quick so that my phone stays on.
Okay, 10-4.
You guys can go ahead and ask the question.
All right, I'll grab into a text question here. This one's coming from the community from Shizu. As stated in the roadmap and in your Telegram group, the project... Hold on here. I was getting an echo. As stated in the roadmap and in your Telegram group, the project has a staking system, but we do know as the time passes, there'll be regulations implemented by the SEC that could worry the staking platforms as relating to taxations of the staking pools and promise of returns. How do you plan to go up against this front of the SEC when it comes?
That's something that's neither here nor there. Something that we have time to plan for. We all see, all the movements within the chart when they're doing any kind of special meeting about anything. So I think we'll have plenty of time to combat that. And if we see an issue, they can unstake. That'll pretty much be the gist of it. Hopefully that made sense.
Perfect. Yeah, 100%. Let's see. A couple more here, brother. All right, this one's a security question from Wakanda. On a scale from 1 to 10, in real sense, how secure is your project, and what type of security measures do you have implemented on your contract?
We've got bot protection from bots that was provided by our dev Anoop. Again, we will have a bigger audit when funds. I mean, we're a day-old project, so it's going to take some funds to get a better. Hold on, I have a call coming in. Kill it. We're going to have a better understanding when that comes, but our dev has made everything as safe as possible. I mean, there's no contract functions like blacklisting. I made sure that was disabled. I mean, there's many things that I said, hey, I didn't want to see on CoinMarketCap flagging saying was unsafe. So I believe we have the safest token because our devs handling the CA from start to finish. I'm never going to have control of it because I don't know how to use it. he's going to handle that. And it's the same in the real world. When I don't understand something, I hire somebody that does. So my accountant, I wouldn't want to do my taxes or do anything like that because I'd end up messing something up. But I think we're pretty safe. I think everything's cool. The Spy Wolf audit was completed. It came back passed. There was a few things, and you're more than welcome to check that out. That should be available in our Telegram. But I don't think there's any issues, and I think this is the safest, absolute safest token on BSC. And in my opinion, anybody that's selling right now, anybody that's sold, they're better off just taking the money, taking it to their bank account, sending it there, and getting out of crypto, because if they can't recognize a real safe project, then they have no business in crypto.
100%. Well said, brother. Let's see. I'll grab a couple more here. I'll say two more. This one's from Christina Z. How will you make sure to make that volume staying in the community and not just a pump and dump? Because most projects never make it out of the initial dump. How will you keep the community positive and maintain the good volume for new investors' confidence?
Again, I don't have a crystal ball. This is a community token, and I mean, unless I said I had millions of dollars ready to dump in it, which I'm not going to. I'm going to let the community run it. I put about $20,000 into it, and that's as far as I'm going to go. I do buybacks. I've done. If you look on Dex Tools and you see that little icon of buys that are the top buys, those are me. The one that has had the most buy transactions is me, no sold. So I'm trying my hardest to maintain it, keeping it up. Volumes based on things change every single day. There's different things within Congress and with
Perfect. I like it. That's 100% transparency right there, brother. We'll grab one more for the community here.
I think we lost him with his battery.
Oh, gotcha. We'll give him a couple seconds. If not, no worries. It was a really good presentation. It really was. Mike's a good man.
Yeah, if anything else that you need to know, I'm all ears, brother. Just so you know. But yeah, I think he cut out.
Yeah, all right. So no worries. So Seattle, I'll just grab this one last question. I'm sure Andrew can probably grab on this one. It's from Honey. Is the partnerships and collaborations of the backbone in making every project, more widespread? Do you have any partners you could talk on now or planning to get?
We have some in the works. The charity token, we have some on the books, and Luna Inu would be one of them. I think that's safe to say. And it's dog shelter help and charity. So yeah, that's definitely going down. We know about Zelda and what they're doing. We of course would love to reach out. I mean, this is real. We're gonna build some real stuff with the community's help. And so far, it's been going bonkers, to be honest. Yesterday was crazy. The website was down. We had to scramble a little bit to get stuff fixed. But yeah, I mean, everything's going our way so far, so we plan on keeping it up.
I appreciate that, Andrew. I do. Really good answer, too. I appreciate that. That's all I'm going to grab from the community because I know that Mike had dropped out, and I appreciate you jumping in there, Andrew. For anybody that I did not ask, appreciate it. Anybody that I did not ask questions for you, please be sure to hop over to the RPDOGE Telegram. Pop your questions in there. 100%, I'm sure they'll get answered. With that being said, I'm going to kick it back to Seattle. That's it for the questions.
Hey, thanks, Mike. Thanks, Andrew. So Andrew, regarding the charity tokens, actually, Zelda came through USA Crypto Group, and we did an AMA with them, and I actually had a conversation with them. And I think I kind of introduced them to a charity that's actually very big as well. And I have worked with a few charities before, very legit, and can use some help, vice versa. One of the biggest out there. So if you guys, you guys want to chat, I can help you guys with that aspect as well.
Of course. Keep in touch. Get in our Telegram. Do whatever you need to do. DM Mike. I'll tell him to DM you as well. But let's get it rolling, man. This is not gonna stop, guys. We're gonna push until we can't push anymore.
Perfect. Yeah, I know some great people out there as far as charity, like animal shelters out there. Awesome, Andrew. Hey, man, you guys did very well. Love the energy from Mike. You guys assembled an amazing team. Looks like the tokenomics is actually very well formulated with that 1% to incentivize the seed holder. I like that a lot, actually. Awesome, man. If you don't have any last word to say, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah, man, I appreciate everyone, and you guys rock. You're doing a great job. Let's get this to past Moon, past Mars, past everything.
Perfect, brother. So what we like to do is, Andrew, we're going to drop a link and say, join your Telegram and say, great AMA at USA Crypto Group, to also raise awareness to your room as well. Is that something that you want us to do?
Yeah, of course.
Perfect, brother. So John is going to do that right now. And yeah, so perfect AMA. I thought that went really well. And I wish you guys the best.
Likewise, bro. Thank you.
All right, guys. All right. You know what time it is, Seattle? It's time to maybe see your name on the wheel time.
Let's do it.
Let's get it. All right. So we got $75 going out tonight. $25, like always, to one random participant tonight, which we had 272. Amazing. That was a really good push tonight. A lot of new faces in here. A lot of same faces. Appreciate you all. Welcome to new. We also will be giving $25 away to the best question, which was quite a few. So I'll be sure to sift through all of them and use my best judgment as what was answered, what was not, and give that award to a $25 winner. And like Seattle said as well, Johnny dropped a link in the main group here on how to win another $25 by jumping over to RPDOGE's Telegram, saying great AMA at USA Crypto Group, which I'll be over there in about 10 minutes or so. And I will randomly pick another $25 winner. Without further ado, let's hit a couple of shuffles and grab our attendee off the wheel. Augustine, congratulations, man. Won yourself $25. That is it for the wheel. Like I said, I will go pick those other winners very shortly. Have it all posted and pinned in the chat shortly as well. And Andrew, if you're still in here, I will be sure to get you guys over there, the team, a copy of the AMA ASAP as well. Thank you all. Have a good night.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. And also, guys, we do have an AMA back-to-back. So there will be another AMA in 1 hour. So make sure you guys come back and listen to the next AMA. Mike also will be giving you guys a copy for YouTube as well. Appreciate it again, guys.
Yep, that's right. See you guys in about an hour.